Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is the first episode of the Real Talks podcast. I'm Mateo, San Francisco City kid, and this is my co-host.
Yeah, we got over here Danny. Welcome to the first podcast of the show. I'm excited to do this, and I'm ready.
Yeah. So we wanted to start this podcast off because we wanted to talk about the story of how Lotta Worldwide started, and we met a lot of interesting people throughout, the time we've been building the brand for about 6 to 7 years now. And I feel like it's about time for people to know who we are as a brand. I feel like a lot of people will be like, who are these people? Understand where they come from. And we want to interview people from all over, from fashion, musicians, artists, digital artists, all of that above. So we're excited to have this episode. This episode specifically, the origin story. So let's get started. So a lot of people want to know, what does Lotta mean? So what do you think it means? Like when you hear the name Lotta, like what do you think it is?
When I first hear it, you used to hear a lot of people just be like, whole lot of gang shit, or you feel me, like just try to use that as a word, the whole lotta, like a whole lot of whatever it is. But the way we started it, Lotta stands for struggle. And that could mean, with any type of struggle, like mentally you have different type of struggles. We try to just endure that into a positive way. We're trying to show that, yes, every struggle, but it helps build you as a character. So you feel me? Like Lotta has taught me a lot of, just whatever struggle you'll come with, you're going to bounce back, like a bounce back king type.
Yeah. And so the people who don't know, Lotta means struggle in Italian. So the reason why we wanted to talk about the struggle is because everybody has a struggle, like what Danny was saying, and we want to expand that to the world, and people can relate to it because everybody struggles in some form or way. Let's talk about how the name and the brand like really started. There's stories that I talk to people, like my father had, speaks a little bit Italian, but let's talk about the real story that people don't know, like the underground, the first way how it really started.
Oh man, yeah, that's an interesting story. We probably started off, I want to say, in our sophomore, junior year. We were about 15, 16. That was in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Where we really just wanted we were all into fashion, and we just wanted to start a brand. We were like, we really love clothes. We really like to dress nice. We really like to feel fly. You feel me? That's how it is growing up in San Francisco in the Bay. Like, you want to look fly, you want to feel fresh.
Yeah.
So that's how we kind of started. We had met up, and we just went from there. I remember we went to an old person that we had. An
old friend that we were very cool with, and then
we started with 3 people.
Yeah, it was 3 people,
and we went to his house, and I just remember being on the laptop trying to find a brand name. We were just trying to...
Yeah, I mean, like hours trying to figure out our
we
name.
was just going through, and after, like, I want to say a couple days, we finally came across, like, Lotta, like, it's standing for struggle. And I remember we were on Google Translate, going through different languages, trying to find just a unique name that stood out to us.
Yeah.
And we came across a couple, but Lotta was just the one that just kind of stood out to me.
Yeah.
And to all of us. And we ran with it. We ran with it, and it was just something that we had just stuck to throughout the years. Can you just imagine? We were 15, 16. We were just like, let's start a brand. We didn't know what to start with. We didn't know how. We didn't have no layout of what to do. It was just like, let's just do it.
Yeah, and honestly, as like kids that are just trying to have fun, we were having fun, and we never thought this would be a business. Like looking back, 6 years ago, like damn. A long way we came, like, just being very humble, but we have to understand we trust the process, and it's still a journey. Like We're still trying to figure out the fashion game. Like there's so much to go through and understand, because this is just like an ever adapting industry. Because you always have to understand the trends, how things are marketed towards different age brackets, social media, stuff like that. I want to talk about like how the whole design process is during like when we're trying to like make a new design.
Yeah. Well, every piece is always a different story. We like to tell stories in our pieces, And for me, how I come up with designs, it takes me time. You know, I like to fire up. I like to, you feel me? I like to go through my process. Everyone has a different thinking process. Me, I like to go through certain situations. As you guys may know of La Lucha, you know, that's
Nah, well, no, let's break that one down because maybe some people may not know what La Lucha is.
If you've seen La Lucha, it's basically a woman holding up the world. And that's something I made probably, I think even in the midst of Lotta. Like, it was about 2016. I was out in Guate. And, you know, I just experienced just being out there in a third world country, seeing what just a lot of hustling women, and especially what I seen when my mom came through, just living out there in the conditions. And it was just something that was tough for me. And I remember I broke down crying just because it was so emotional for me just to see the lifestyle out there. You feel me? Like, we're blessed to be from the Bay Area. Like, not for nothing. We're beyond blessed. And to see the conditions out there and how my mom grew up, I came up with that process. I was probably on one and I designed it. You feel me? Like, I drew it up and I was like, boom. And shout out to Alexis.
Oh yeah,
she goes crazy.
Yeah,
she helped design that, and she helped design a lot of our
yeah, shout out to you, Alexis.
Yeah,
appreciate you for always like collaborating with us.
Exactly.
And like just talk about like the design process that I've been, you know, through these like 6 years or whatnot, is really creating a storyboard, understanding what is like the narrative we want to portray to our customers, to the audience, and we're like intentionally like wanting to make a design specifically about the struggle, relating it to our persona.
Right.
Because if it's not related to like social justice, empowerment, motivation, like we're not going to do it. Like, you know, something that's just like fast money, like, you know,
we might add a little like
swagger, like cool, like you know.
Yeah, no, definitely some hype, some, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like some, you know, we always trying to keep it funky. We trying to keep it real. We wanted to keep that authenticity, you know, because we are from the Bay Area, we are from San Francisco. We like to keep our style in there too. We add our own taste, you know. I think that's what's hella important in this fashion game. If you just stay true to yourself, you stay true to your designs, your feature, how you are, then, you know, it's going to go how you want it to go. It's going to go far if you want it to go far. If you want it to go short, you want to keep it in the city, that's how it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, you hit it on the like top of the head right there with talking about just wanting to make sure we're doing the right thing and not just being a sellout, making a design of like Pablo Escobar smoking a cigarette. Like, yeah, that sounds pretty dope. But you feel me? We're not going to make that just because it looks cool. Let's talk about how we met.
Ooh.
I feel like that's a lot of, you know, people like don't know who we are, or maybe heard of us on Instagram or social media, but like they don't even know who we are. Like, are we brothers? Are we cousins? Like, what are we?
Well, I consider this as my brother. We grew up at a young age. We're not blood, but this is my brother. We probably started off on playing soccer for real back in Crocker in the city. We had practices in Silver, and you know, one day I seen him come through to the practice, and you know, that was the team I played for. And you know, when he came through, we were all a brotherhood. You feel me? Like we were all united as a team. So whoever comes on our team, we gonna show them open arms, and you know, treat him like a brother, like he's one of mine. And you know, that's something that that I've enjoyed about him, because this man is probably the most humble, the most exciting. You know, there's this one game we had. Oh my God. We were playing in Crocker. It was a late night game, and we were down by like 7-8 goals. We were getting smacked. We were getting murdered. And what crazy is it was like the last minute, like game's about to end. They just scored a goal. We're all walking back with our heads down. You hear Mateo, you hear him slide, and it's just like, we got this. We gonna come back. Whoop-de-whoop, trying to hype everyone up. Everyone's looking at him like, bruh, the game is over. And he's over there just clapping, trying to get everyone's heads up, which is dope. You feel me? As a leader, you need that. You know, as when your brother has his head down, you need someone to pick him up when you can't. And we was hot. We were like, bro, this game is over.
Yeah.
And he was just,
Yeah,
that was dope though. You
yeah,
know?
I mean, yeah. When I first met you, bro, like I went to practice a couple times, and I like seen you in like booty shorts or something. I'm like, bro, you were like in some short ass shorts,
Hey,
and
we like to show them
thinking
legs.
you were Ronaldo.
I was.
I mean, yeah. You know, obviously, when you play a sport with somebody, you have that relationship because you have to trust them. You have to make sure that you have each other's backs, and you have to have that communication. And I feel like when we were like, how old were we?
We were probably like 11.
Yeah, 11 or something
10.
like that. Yeah, we were like in middle school.
Yeah, like we were hella young.
And then like that over time, we just kept building a relationship. There was a fallout like for a second where, you know, we weren't talking much, and there was a second where I was doing Lotta by myself for about
Definitely.
like 3 years.
About a couple years.
Yeah, I mean something like that because, you know, you had your own thing going on, and you started your own brand.
Right.
Epoch.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, like everything, it didn't go as way as I planned it to. So then once that fallout happened, I started hitting it up with Matthew again, Mateo. And
all right, the backstory. Kids keep calling me Matthew, but I like to go by Mateo. Just letting y'all know.
or Mati.
All right, it's out of pocket.
Oh man.
Oh, it's out of pocket.
But yeah, I had connected back with bruh, and we just started it going. You know, I felt like I was good at a certain piece that I felt like he was missing, and you know, we just started to connect. We, you know, as a business, sometimes you don't need what's the word? You don't need to control everything. You can do everything, but it starts to kind of hold you back. It takes time away from certain things that you can't focus on. And to have someone come and help you do parts that you need help in is going to save you the time and energy. Yeah. And that's something that we have learned over the time, and it helps us focus on certain projects, certain areas of what we both need to do.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that because I feel like there's some parts I'm not good at, like I'm maybe good at sales or like communicating with people at events or like in social media or like marketing, but there's sometimes where like I lack in design and like thinking about that thought process, and then Danny helps puts those shoes on, and like, you know, we're obviously entrepreneurs, we have to wear multiple hats, but like we got each other's backs when there's like a need or a lack of like a skill that we kind of have, you know, that diversity in skills, so we try to make sure, you know, we're going the right direction.
Definitely.
Let's talk about the roles that we do. Like, I would say, like, you know, founders. I would do like marketing, sales. Like, I do everything. But like, what's something that you're like specifically doing all the time, like on the consistent basis?
I'd say I'm more of like the designing, the creative person. I try to focus on like what our next design is gonna be, or like the thought process of it. You know, I like to see what's gonna be put out next, the type of materials we're gonna work with. Either we're gonna do screen printing, embroidery, or hats. You know, what season are we in? You know, everything plays a role. So I feel like I'm more focused on that side. And then we'll go through the events, and we'll both run those. You know, at first we'd go to the events. We do a lot of events. You know, we pop-ups, and I was hella shy. You feel me? I'll talk to someone and I would freeze up. But you know, just after doing so many, you know, getting out my bubble, it definitely helped me. You feel me? Like I guess learn to talk to people. But
yeah, I mean, the whole thing about like just going to events, it gets you out that comfort zone. And in general, like if you want to be a business owner, you have to make sure like getting out of your comfort zone is the number one thing, I believe.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, how the hell are you gonna like take that risk or take that then take the business to the next level? Like you need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to like learn how to communicate. If you lack in that, or if you like suck at a skill, like just sharpen that skill like on the weekend. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just need to develop that on a basis. I want to talk about like our favorite moment in our brand, like as you know, building this brand. Like, what was what would you say is like your top favorite moment that you remember?
Man, there's so many. Really, I have to go with one of my favorites. I got so many, but I guess one of my favorite was our 4-year anniversary.
Yeah, that was dope.
That one was fun. You know, we brought out a lot of brands, a lot of artists, musicians. You know, we did it at Homie
Shout
in 18.
out to Homie.
Yeah. That
Shout out
was-
to Roberto. Shout out to Mauricio. Shout out to the Diana. Shout out to the whole Carlos. Rest in peace. But shout out to them. They just like a side story. They helped me actually start the brand. Really, like the first T-shirt was made with the Homie, the first ever T-shirt, and that was like in the downtown in the studio upstairs, and it was like, you know, not knowing what I was doing. I was just like, all right, help me do this. And Mauricio helped me design the first design. You know, I shout out to Mauricio, man. Appreciate you, brother. If you watch this, appreciate you.
yeah,
You know what
that,
I'm saying?
yeah. On that's where we threw our 4-year anniversary. We just brought out hella brands, hella dope people, and a lot of people came through, showed love. We had performers; they went crazy. You know,
Yeah.
It was just all just a dope vibe. You know, I'm really into that community, so just bringing everyone together. And
Yeah, I mean, I would say Lotta Worldwide is community.
right.
Like, that's our whole thing. Like, everywhere we go, we try to have that community.
Exactly. And that, to me, that was just felt so dope. Seeing so many people come show love, and that's something that I'm always remember.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful time, beautiful moment. Everyone came through.
Personally, for me, I have no favorites. Like, there's so many times that like we met different people.
Right.
We got to travel. I went to an event in Reno. I went to Las Vegas.
Right.
Like different places. I pitched my business to Marshawn Lynch and to a
Shout
bunch
out
of
Beast Mode.
Shopify executives. You know, I had so many like dope memories doing like fashion shows in Oakland and stuff like that. But I would say just like the whole thing of talking to people, like I feed off the energy when I like meet new people. Just like say if a new customer comes, or just a friend or somebody that could be a potential friend, like just understanding who we are and what the brand is about. Like that's the whole thing. Like
Right.
I want to get across. Like that community thing is so important. I think a lot of people that are running clothing brands forget about the community. They just
Right.
think about like chasing the money. The money will come if you have fun with it. Like
Right.
that's the whole thing. And obviously we're not like millionaires, not yet, but you know, we're getting there. You know what I mean? Like we're hungry. We're building this brand. Like it's still new. I still feel like we started yesterday. You know,
Right.
so it's really not nothing that we appreciate every day we have with this brand. Let's talk about the new drops we're coming with.
Can't
I
wait.
mean, let's talk about the trip we're going to.
Yeah, Guate. Can't wait for that one.
Guatemala, baby.
Yeah, we're going out there. We got some new unreleased. Puta madre.
It's all good.
Some crew necks we finna drop. If you guys aren't familiar with the Típico, that's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it around the city. Shout out to Immaculate. They've been making some dope
Oh
shit.
hell yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they,
Immaculate Living to go crazy. Shout out to them. They I would say that they've been a big inspiration. Like, you know, we're Guatemalan and they're Guatemalan as well. So we are,
Chapin.
you know, we're proud to be Guatemalan and share that space of like sharing the culture
Right.
in San Francisco, because
Especially
I feel
over
like we're
here.
the only brands that are really putting that culture out. And you know, we see this as a community. Like those are our brothers. You know what I mean? Like we have a space where we understand each other. So, you know, creatives gotta, you know, create together.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm super excited for the Guatemala trip. Like it's gonna be 2 weeks long for me. I mean, we're gonna go out there, touch the fabrics, meet the people who make our clothes. We have a close relationship with them. It's a family that lives in Zona Ocho in Perronia, and they've been really hustling. Like since I've been working with them, they just so down to earth people.
Right.
And they just show love. So I'm excited to give back to my people and to bring that back here so people can rock that and show the real authenticity. You know what I mean?
Right.
What you wearing right now, bro? That looks fresh. What you wearing?
New fam, we got the new United hoodies, half tees, half black, half red. You know, we like to show solidarity.
It's fire.
Yeah, it's fire. Come check it out. We got it on our website.
That's nice.
Say that.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna close it out. We're gonna want to talk about the next upcoming episode. So that's gonna happen. We're gonna be interviewing other entrepreneurs, other fashion designers, other digital creators, other artists, musicians.
All dope people all around the Bay Area. You know, we like to share and love different stories. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a musician, if you do any dope type of things in the Bay Area, you know where to hit us, because we're going to be dropping some dope interviews. And I hope you guys stay tapped in with us.
Yep. I appreciate you, brother.
Love. You already know who it is. The Real Talk Podcast. Yee.